A single mom was stranded with 2 kids in the back seat. Her reliable SUV died at 87,000 miles. Tow bill $340. Repair $3,000. She couldn't afford either. This happens 6 million times per year in America. Meanwhile, there are 5 SUVs that owners call unstoppable. These aren't myths. These are vehicles routinely hitting more than 300,000 miles with minimal repairs. But here's what nobody tells you. Buying the wrong year of the right vehicle can bankrupt you. Today, I'm revealing 5 immortal SUVs and the exact years to buy. Stop gambling with breakdowns. Start driving with confidence. Number 5. Honda Pilot 2nd Generation. We start with the family tank. If you need a minivan but refuse to drive a minivan, the 2nd generation Honda Pilot is your fortress. This is the vehicle for the person who values utility over vanity. It is a box. It makes no apologies for being a box. And that is exactly why it is brilliant. To get the most reliable experience, you want to target the 2012 to 2015 models. The early years from 2009 to 2011 had a distinct front grille that looked like a bottle opener. But more importantly, the 2012 refresh updated the transmission logic, sound insulation, and interior materials significantly. The earlier models felt a bit cheaper inside with hard plastics that scratched easily. The refresh fixed that. Subscribe to our channel for the best car deals. You must absolutely avoid the 2016 model year, which is the start of the 3rd generation. That was when Honda tried to get fancy. They switched to a 9-speed ZF transmission on higher trims that was jerky, unreliable, and prone to hunting for gears on the highway. It felt like the car couldn't decide what it wanted to do. Stick to the boxy 2nd generation to be safe. It is the last of the truck-like pilots before they turned into rounded jelly beans. Under the hood, it uses the legendary J35 3.5 LV6 engine paired with a stout 5-speed automatic. This powertrain is simple Honda. No turbos, no CVTs. Just a big, naturally aspirated heart that breathes free. This engine produces 250 horsepower, which isn't going to set the world on fire, but it is enough to merge safely. Mechanics love it because it is predictable. The J35 engine is used in everything from the Odyssey to the Accord to the Ridgeline, meaning parts are available at every gas station in America. If you break down in a town with one stoplight, the local mechanic has the part on the shelf. It doesn't require specialized tools to fix, keeping ownership costs low. Another engineering marvel is the interior packaging. Because it is a square, the visibility is incredible. You can see all 4 corners of the car. The 3rd row actually fits humans, not just legless torsos. It has cubbies everywhere. It is designed for the chaos of family life. The honest truth about weak points starts with the timing belt. This engine uses a rubber timing belt, not a chain which must be changed every 105,000 miles. The service costs between $1,000 and $1,400. This is non-negotiable, and if it snaps, the pistons will smash into the valves and your engine is trash. If you buy one with 110,000 miles and no proof of service, budget for this immediately. Do not gamble on a rubber belt. Another issue is the variable cylinder management, or VCM. To save gas, the engine shuts off cylinders on the highway. In theory, this is great. In practice, it causes excessive oil consumption because the piston rings on the deactivated cylinders can get fouled. It also wears out engine mounts due to the vibration of running on 3 or 4 cylinders. The fix is to buy a VCM muzzler device for $100 that disables this feature. It plugs into the coolant temperature sensor and tricks the computer into thinking the engine hasn't quite reached the temp needed for activation. The car will run smoother, use less oil, and last longer. Finally, the front lower control arm compliance bushings tend to crack around 120,000 miles. This is a heavy vehicle, and it puts stress on the rubber. You will hear a loud clunk or thud when you hit a pothole or tap the brakes. It costs between $400 and $600 to fix. If maintained, this J35 engine is easily a 300,000-mile motor. We see them with 250,000 running like new. I have a friend named Soccer Mike who bought a 2012 Pilot with 160,000 miles on it for $7,000. He uses it to haul 4 kids and a golden retriever. He treats it like a dumpster, spilling gallons of juice in it and hitting deer. He once loaded it with 20 bags of mulch, sagging the suspension to the bump stops, and drove it 20 miles. The pilot simply does not care. He calls it the box that chaos forgot. You can find clean examples for between $8,000 and $14,000. The Pilot is great for the suburbs. It handles snow, rain, and gravel driveways with its VTM, 4 all-wheel drive system perfectly. But what if you need to tow a boat or survive a zombie apocalypse? Our next contender is built on a truck frame and features an engine so good people swap it into race cars. Number 4. Chevrolet Tahoe GMT 900. This is the American workhorse. The GMT 900 platform, running from 2007 to 2014, is the sweet spot of modern comfort and old-school durability. This is the vehicle of choice for the Secret Service, the police, and construction foremen. Why? Because it can take a beating that would fold a unibody crossover in half. The best years to target are 2012 to 2014. By these years, GM had sorted out most of the electrical gremlins that plagued the early models. You should avoid the 2007 model year, as it was the first year of the new body style and suffered from excessive oil consumption, battery drain issues, and cracked dashboards. Also, stay away from the 2015 and newer models unless you have a warranty. Those introduced the 8-speed transmission, which shuddered like a frightened dog and had massive torque converter issues. Stick to the classic 6-speed generation. It shifts smooth, it shifts firm. At last, it uses the 5.3 L-Vortec V8, which is based on the legendary LS platform, mated to the 6L80 6-speed automatic. You know, this is a pushrod V8. It doesn't have overhead cams, it doesn't have turbochargers. It is low-tech, high-torque, and parts are cheaper than dirt. You can walk into an auto parts store in the middle of nowhere and buy a water pump for this truck for $50. Mechanics like it because of the space. You can climb inside the engine bay to work on it. The suspension is simple leaf springs or coils, unless you get the fancy Autoride air suspension, which you should avoid because it breaks. Diagnosing an LS engine is something any mechanic in any small town can do blindfolded. It is the definition of field serviceable. Driving a Tahoe feels different. It feels heavy. It feels substantial. When you close the door, it sounds like a bank vault. The seats are like lazy boy recliners. It floats down the highway at 80 miles per hour, with the engine barely turning 2,000 revolutions per minute. The biggest weak point involves the AFM lifters. Active fuel management shuts off 4 cylinders to save gas. The special hydraulic lifters used for this system can collapse, getting stuck in the down position. This causes a loud ticking noise and severe misfires. The repair costs between $2,500 and $3,000 because you have to pull the cylinder heads off. The permanent fix is to do an AFM delete. This involves replacing the camshaft and lifters with standard non-AFM parts from the older engines. Once you do this, the engine is bulletproof. Other annoyances include dashboard cracks. The plastic dash is prone to cracking right by the passenger airbag and the instrument cluster. It looks terrible, but it is purely cosmetic. A plastic cover overlay costs about $200 and glues right over the top. Also, the chrome interior door handles are plastic. Over time, the chrome peels off and becomes razor sharp, slicing your fingers, or the handle snaps off entirely. It is a cheap $50 fix you can do yourself. If you delete the AFM system, the bottom end of this engine will do 400,000 miles. We see airport shuttles with 500,000 miles on the original engine. Transmissions usually last 180,000 to 200,000 miles before needing a rebuild, which is standard for a heavy truck. Values have held steady between $10,000 and $16,000 because people hate the newer, complicated ones. The Tahoe proves that sometimes the old ways are the best ways. The Tahoe is tough, but our next entry makes the Tahoe look fragile. It is built by the company that invented reliability, and it hides a secret V8 that is worth more than the car itself. Number 3. Lexus GX460. This is the sleeper of the list. Most people see a Lexus badge and think soccer mom or country club. They see the leather seats and the wood trim and assume it is soft. Real ones know this is a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado in a tuxedo. In the rest of the world, in Australia, in Africa, in the Middle East, This vehicle is sold as the Land Cruiser Prado. It is used by the United Nations, it is used by insurgents, it is used to cross deserts where breaking down means death. In America, we just put a Lexus badge on it and use it to go to the mall. Honestly, the best years are all of them. From 2010 to 2023, it barely changed for 13 years. This is a good thing. It means they perfected the assembly line. And a subtle note is that the 2010 to 2013 models had a different look before the giant spindle grille update in 2014. If you want it to look modern, get a 2014 or newer. If you want to save money, get the older one. They are mechanically identical. The older ones actually have better approach angles for off-roading because the bumper isn't as low. It uses the 4.6 L1UR, FEV8, and a bulletproof 6-speed automatic. It is full-time four-wheel drive with a locking center differential and a low-range transfer case. It is a literal mountain goat covered in semi-aniline leather. Mechanics like it because it is overbuilt. The rear axle, control arms, the frame rails, everything is about 30% thicker than it needs to be. It shares components with the 4Runner, but the frame is reinforced to handle the V8. It is incredibly quiet inside. It has double-pane glass. When you are driving over a washboard dirt road, the suspension absorbs the punishment while you sit in air-conditioned silence. A unique feature is the KDSS Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System. This is a hydraulic system that automatically disconnects the sway bars when you are off-road to give you massive wheel articulation and then reconnects them on the highway to stop body roll. It is brilliant engineering. There are a few weak points to watch for. The coolant valley plate under the intake manifold is sealed with pink RTV silicone. Over time and heat cycles, this silicone dries out and can start to leak coolant into the valley of the engine around 150,000 miles. You will smell sweet syrup, but see no drips on the ground. It costs between $800 and $1,500 to reseal because it takes a lot of labor to get to it. The secondary air injection pump, part of the emission system, can ingest foam from a degrading filter inside the intake. If this happens, the pump fails and sends the car into limp mode. A cheap bypass kit is available online for $200 that tricks the computer and solves the problem permanently. Finally, the KDSS system can sometimes get uneven pressure, making the car lean slightly to the right, the Lexus lean. Usually, a calibration fixes it, but if the hydraulic cylinders are leaking, it can cost $1,500 to replace them. The GX is a luxury tank. But what if you need size? What if you need to tow a house? Our next pick is the largest, meanest, most reliable vehicle Toyota has ever built. Number 2, Toyota Sequoia, second generation. If the 4Runner is an unbreakable dog, the Sequoia is an unbreakable elephant. Based on the Tundra pickup, this thing is massive, thirsty, and immortal. It is the size of a suburban house and has the turning radius of a cruise ship, but it will never let you down. The best years to target are 2012 to 2017. You should generally avoid the 2008 to 2010 models, as they had some early teething issues with the 5.7L engine, specifically rare cam tower leaks and air injection pump failures. The later years refined the electronics and interior features. It features the 5.7 Li Force V8. This engine is legendary. There are examples of Tundras hitting 1 million miles with this exact engine. It produces 381 horsepower and 401 pound-foot of torque. It sounds like a NASCAR when you floor it. Mechanics love it because it uses a massive timing chain, not a belt. The transmission, the AB60, is industrial grade. It has a massive ring gear and robust clutch packs, and you can tow 7,000 pounds uphill. And the transmission fluid won't even get hot. Unlike the Tundra, the Sequoia has independent rear suspension. This means the ride is much smoother for passengers. It doesn't hop around over bumps like a pickup truck. It also features a roll-down rear window. You can drop the entire back glass with the push of a button. If you have dogs, this is the greatest feature in automotive history. Weak points include cam tower leaks. The camshafts are housed in separate towers on top of the cylinder head. The RTV sealant can leak oil onto the exhaust manifold. It doesn't hurt the engine, but it smells like burning oil. It costs $3,000 in labor to fix because it requires removing the camshafts. Many owners just ignore it if it's a small seep and check their oil level regularly. You can expect 400,000 to 500,000 miles out of a Sequoia. The only thing that kills it is rust or running it without oil. You can find them for between $13,000 and $22,000. You get a lot of metal for the money. It is the ultimate road trip machine for a big family. The Sequoia is huge, but our number one pick is the gold standard. It holds its value better than Bitcoin. Number 1. Toyota 4Runner 5th Generation. You knew this was coming. The king, the legend, the 5th generation Toyota 4Runner. This is not just a vehicle. It is a cult. It is the last of the Mohicans, an old-school body-on-frame naturally. Aspirated SUV sold in a world of hybrids and electrics. The best years are 2015 to 22,000. The 2010 to 2013 models, known as the pre-facelift, are uglier but mechanically identical and cheaper. Seriously, there are no years to avoid. Just avoid ones with heavy rust or modifications by a teenager who installed a cheap lift kit in his driveway. It uses the 4.0-liter V6 and a 5-speed automatic. Critics hate this powertrain. They say it's old, they say it's slow, they say it only has 5 gears while Ford has 10. They are missing the point. It is old because it works. It is slow because it is understressed. It has 5 gears because those 5 gears are made of adamantium. This transmission will not hunt. It will not overheat. It just works. The 4Runner feels distinct. When you hit the brakes, the nose dives. When you turn, it leans. It feels like a truck. The window switches are famously placed on the top of the door sill, not the armrest. A quirk that owners love. It has a manual transfer case lever on the floor in many trims, not a button. You have to physically pull a lever to engage four-wheel drive. That tactile feel is disappearing from the world, and the 4Runner keeps it alive. Mechanics like it because it is the easiest modern vehicle to work on. There is room everywhere. The oil filter is right on top of the engine. Oil changes take 10 minutes. Everything is mechanical. It feels like a tractor from 1990 in the best way possible. The honest truth about weak points is short. Door lock actuators fail often. You press the lock button on your key fob and one door stays unlocked. It costs about $400 to fix at a shop or $50 if you buy the motor and do it yourself. On four-wheel drive models, a small needle bearing in the front differential can vibrate and make a humming noise that goes away when you put it in four-wheel drive. Toyota considers this normal, but it drives people crazy. It costs $500 to fix with an aftermarket bushing from East Coast Gear Supply that solves the vibration permanently. Like all body-on-frame Toyotas, you must inspect the frame rails for rust. The welds near the catalytic converters are prone to rot if not washed. If you live in the Salt Belt, fluid film undercoating is mandatory. Treat the frame and the truck will last forever. High resale value means you pay more upfront between $18,000 and $35,000, but you lose almost nothing in depreciation. If you buy a BMW, you lose half its value in 3 years. If you buy a 4Runner, you drive it for free. Are you Team 4Runner or Team Tahoe? Vote in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you appreciate cars that actually work. Final verdict, the ranked picks. We have looked at the Titans, but which one should you buy? Here is the breakdown by budget. The best pick under $10,000 is the Honda Pilot 2nd generation. It isn't sexy, but it is a reliable family hauler that drives better than the trucks. It fits in a standard garage, gets decent gas mileage, and will run forever if you change that timing belt. The best pick under $15,000 is the Toyota Sequoia. You get a million-mile V8 drivetrain for the price of a used Corolla. You get space for 8 adults. Just ignore the gas mileage because it is terrible. Treat the gas bill as a monthly payment for reliability. The best pick under $20,000 is the Lexus GX460, 2010 to 2013. It is the best value proposition on the market. You get Land Cruiser reliability and Lexus luxury for the price of a used Kia. It is quiet, capable, and commands respect from mechanics everywhere. Click on the next video so you don't get scammed by a shiny dealership floor. Buy smart. Buy durability. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more no-nonsense car guides. Drive safe. I'll see you in the next video.